Friends, Sunrise Good News number 2. Sunrise Good News number 2, friends. And can science prove that man's body speaks for Alpha and Omega? Ang siyensya, magkapamatuod ba nga ang lawas sa tao niining misteryo sa Alpha and Omega? Can science prove that man's body speaks for Alpha and Omega? Unsa ba kining mystery? What's the mystery of Alpha and Omega? According to Wikipedia, the Alpha and Omega are the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet and a title of Christ and God in the book of Revelation. Kining Alpha and Omega, mao kini ang una, the first and the last letters of the Greek alphabet. The first and the last. And this is also the title of Christ and God in the book of Revelation. Nang gipadayag dinhi sa Revelation number o chapter 21 verse 6 nagaingon, natapos na ang tanan, ako ang Alpha ug ang Omega. And he said, it is done. I am the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Unsa ba ang pagpadayag ni San Juan diha sa pinadayag, chapter 21, verse 6, that Christ is the beginning and the end. He further elaborated in his book, Ebanghelyo ni San Juan, chapter 1, verse 1 to 2, nagaingon, in the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. From the very beginning, the Word was with God. Through Him, God made all things. Not one thing in all creation was made without Him. Sa wala pa'y nabuhat bisan unsa, ang pulong diha na. Ang pulong uban sa Dios ug ang pulong Dios. Sukad pagayud sa sinugdan, ang pulong uban sa Dios. Pinaagi kaniya gibuhat sa Dios ang tanan ug walay bisan usa sa tanan nga nabuhat nga dili pinaagi kaniya. Kining giingon kaniya, and this refers to a gender, a person, and the Word became flesh. Ang pulong Dios ug ang Dios nagpakatao dinhi sa kalibutan in the hypostatic union as true God and true man in the person of Jesus Christ, known as the Alpha and the Omega. The Alpha because why bisan usa nining kalibutan, nothing was created without Him. It was through Him that thing was created. That's this mystery of Alpha. And this includes the creation of the human life on earth. Alpha, the origin of life on earth. Unya unsa man sad ang kahulugan niining Omega? Ang Omega nagkahulugan the end, ang katapusan nga panid sa yugto ngadto sa kasaysayan sa kalibutan. And in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, sa Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, dinhi gipadayag, "Then the Lord took some soil from the ground and formed a man out of it. He breathed life, giving breath into his nostrils, and man began to live." Unya mikuha ang Ginoong Dios og yuta, og nagbuhat siyag tao gikan niini. Gihuy pa niya ang buho sa ilong sa tao sa gininhawa nga naghatag og kinabuhi, ug ang tao nakabaton og kinabuhi. This is the alpha in the life of a person. And take note, 1 Corinto 3:16. Unsa may giingon? The body of a person is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Ang atong lawas, templo sa Espiritu Santo. And this is a mystery. The Alpha, the beginning, the origin of the life on earth, the beginning of creations on earth. On the other hand, Omega, ang katapusan sa panid sa kasaysayan sa kalibutan, the end of the old world. So, using the Greek alphabet, the beginning, alpha, and the last of the Greek alphabet, Jesus as the beginning, and he is also the end, with a figure of one, with the end of one. We have two number 1, 11 formation. Our human body speaks for 11 human systems. Ug unsa man kining human systems, unsi kini ka human systems, and science now can prove niya ang 11 ka human systems.
The human organism is comprised of 11 organ systems. These 11 systems are made up of groups, or organs that function closely together toward a common goal. These organs form a system. While the names of these systems may vary slightly among the medical community, their functionality and descriptions are the same. The integumentary system has the main functions of protection and temperature regulation. The muscular system assists in movement and support, and connects bones to one another as well. The skeletal system provides protection, structural support, and assists with movement. The nervous system is the communication network and center. The endocrine system assists the nervous system with communication through message delivery. The circulatory or cardiovascular system carries blood and nutrients throughout the body. The lymphatic system works the organism against disease. The respiratory system exchanges gases as well as filters and transports air. The digestive system breaks down food and nutrients for absorption and use. The excretory or urinary system is responsible for maintaining pH and balance of waste. The reproductive system gives the organism the ability to produce offspring.
Dinhi nato mapadayag nga kining tanan dunay napulog usa ka systems of the human body. Nga niining napulog usa body, dako kini og papel nga naglangkob og nakapamalandong kanato. We can ponder, makapamalandong kita. Ang tao na hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makarating sa forgets the past is not worth for his future. Ang tao nga dili man tigo nga mulingi sa kagahapon, dili makaabot sa iyang padulngan. is the significance for the Omega. Mao kini ang ending period sa panid sa kasaysayan sa kalibutan. The New World, the Revelation chapter 21, verse 5 to 7. This reflects kini nagpasabot kabahin nining bag-ong langit ug ang bag-ong yuta. Natapos na ang ako, ang sinugdanan ug ang katapusan, ang giuhaw hatagan kog tubig nga walay bayad nga gikan sa tuburan sa tubig sa kinabuhi. Kini kabahin sa bag-ong langit ug ang bag-ong yuta. Dinhi mapadayag nga matapos ang daang panid, matapos kining daang kalibutan. Kung atong palandungon, this earth, according to science, is 4.6 billion years. O kining universe comprising of 2 trillion galaxies and 1 septillion number of planets, 24 zeros, miabot kini og 14.6 billion years. If we talk niining panid sa kasaysayan sa kalibutan, it is divided into 3. We have the prehistory period, which is on chapter 1. Chapter 1 of the Genesis. Prehistory refers to the millions of years, reflecting the evolution theory. And chapter 2 speaks on creation of Adam and Eve, the history period. Sa history period from Adam hangtod karon, from Adam to Abraham, 2,000 years before Christ. And from Abraham to Jesus is 2,000 years. In other words, 4,000 years before Christ. And from Jesus hangtod karon is 2020. In other words, sum up from chapter 2 dinhi sa panahon sa history in the creation of the first parents, Adam and Eve, is 2,000 from Adam to Abraham, Abraham to Jesus, 2,000, Jesus until now, 2020 is sum of 6,020 years. Now, ang prehistory, millions of years niyadtong before sa Adam period, creation, that is not creation but evolution period. Mao na kanang giingon nga diha nay mga tao before niadtong mga panahona, that's on evolution system. And then after the prehistory in chapter 1, we have the history period, chapter 2 of this Genesis up to the ending period in Revelation. That's the omega of the old world. And after na niini, mao na ang bag-ong kalibutan, the new world, the new heaven, and the new earth, and that is post-history. In other words, dinhi karon tuig 2020, 2020. How significant 2020? Atong mapalando, verse 20 refers niining pamalandong the beginning, the Alpha, and the other 20 pamalandong the ending period, the Omega period. Question, is 2020 not a year for a decision period? Ang tuig 2020, 2020, dili ba kini panahon sa pag-alig-ig decision from the old world traversing to the new world period? And through na virus, dinhi nato mapalugdang ug mapanugkad the mystery behind from coronavirus to the corona sa kadaugan. Gikan from the death of verse 12, the crown of failure, the crown of death, ngadto na traversing to the crown of success. Revelation chapter 3 verse 11. Sa kadaugan, kuruna sa kapakyasan, kuruna sa kamatayon versus kuruna sa kadaugan, the crown of life, crown of success. Revelation chapter 3 verse 11 versus coronavirus. Romans chapter 5 verse 12. And so, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. We can prove that science in itself, dinhi mismo sa ato nga lawas. We have 11 systems of the human body. And these 11 systems, duha ka number 1. That will kini mao ang magkapapanungkad kanatong tanan. And therefore, if this is the mystery of the human life, then we can ponder the fact that science can prove that man's body speaks for Alpha and Omega, ang sinugdanan ug ang katapusan ining panid mao na kining maong maximum of 120 years ang edad sa tao. The age of man has a maximum of 120 years according to Genesis chapter 6 verse 3. Genesis chapter 6 verse 3, a maximum of 120 years. Then the Omega, the ending period. The ending, we have to end this old world system with the maximum of 120 years. Genesis chapter 6 verse 3. And after this is the application of the new world, the new heaven, and the new earth. Realization of Isaiah chapter 25 verse 17. Niya sa Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. 65 verse 20. Unsa man nagingon ni propeta Isaias chapter 65 verse 20, ang batan-on dili na mamatay nga masusupa, ug ang tigulang matigulang gayud pag-ayo una mamatay, kay ang mamatay sa panuigon nga usa ka gatos isipon nga batan-on, ug kun ang tawo dili moabot sa panuigon nga usa ka gatos isipon nga gisilutan sa Dios. Nagingon ni babies will no longer die in infancy, and all people will live out their lifespan. Those who live to be 100 will be considered young. To die before that would be a sign that I had punished them. Dinhi nato mapalandong a minimum of 100 years in the new world to come. Or we hope a good news should it mahitabo man nining tuig 2020. Matud pa ni Padre Pio, Father Pio, matud pa niya niadtong bulan sa Enero ug Pebrero tuig 1950, January and February 1950, we have 70 years ago. Mingon siya, moabot ang 3 days darkness. Nga kangit-ngit. Nining puntuha ang tulo ka adlaw nga kangit-ngit pagniub sa kalibutan. Mao kini ang gipangandaman. And in fact, in the book of Prophet Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. Nagaingon, moabot ang kangitngit, tabunan sa kangitngit ang kalibutan, ug ang katawhan tikyupan sa kangiob, ug ang Ginoo mosidlat kanimo, ug makita diha kanimo ang himaya. Mangiob ang tibok kalibutan, entire darkness, entire world. Ug unsa man mahitabo, the New Jerusalem, the nation will shine amidst the darkness of the entire world. That will signify the end of the old world, and after that will be the new world to come, the new heaven and the new earth to come. We hope and pray ang 109 million Filipinos, the 7.77 billion people around the world, the 235 countries, including the dependencies throughout the world, the 7 continents of the world, will be prepared for that, the history of all the history. We hope and pray to be more successful Sunrise Philippines, Sunrise World in God. Bless us all. Shalom.